first session, we said that education equals discipleship. If I ask you about discipleship, most people think of a Sunday school class or a new Christian class at church, or they think of specialized study, perhaps a home Bible study group. Generally, discipleship is thought of as a Sunday subject. We don't think of it as where you send your child Monday through Friday for 150 days a year, for 1,000 hours a year. And yet education and discipleship are perfectly synonymous. The Great Commission to make disciples was a command to teach. Jesus said, not only baptize them, but teach them everything I've commanded you. That's not just the red letters in a red letter New Testament. Jesus was the Word of God made flesh. The Bible is Jesus in print. So when He says, teach them everything I've commanded you, He's as God saying, I want you to teach these disciples all of my Word. Making disciples is a matter of education. And education always results in producing a follower of some philosophy or of someone. It's the transmission of a worldview. Another way to say it is that education is the root of worldviews. I, as a good citizen, want to stay active politically. In fact, I have been active in my hometown, in my community. I've been active politically because I think it's my responsibility to vote and to be involved in issues. But a few years ago, I realized that by tackling this issue or that issue or that issue, what I was doing was swatting at bad fruit on a very large tree, and more bad apples kept popping up than I could count or keep up with. And then I realized that that fruit that's produced by those branches come from a trunk. And that trunk is a worldview. It's a context that works itself out in fruit. Jesus said, you will know someone by their fruit. That's to say, you'll know their heart. You'll know the way they view life, everything about the condition of the soul, by the fruit that their life produces, good or bad. So, or none. That trunk doesn't just sit on the ground like some artificial Christmas tree in a living room. That trunk has roots, and education is the root that gives rise to the trunk, that causes the branches to branch out, that produces fruit. So what should we do as Christians in our society? We need to be active politically, yes. But is it enough to swat at bad fruit? No. You'll never ever catch up until you deal with roots. And the root of every worldview is education.